Welcome to Wagons of Steel. It's a party and everyone's invited. Today, I am going to go for a ride in the wintertime. I got up this morning and look at this. Man, it is snowing hard. I mean, you can see it. We got a lot of snow last night. And since today is Saturday morning, this is the day that I go for a bike ride with all my buddies. We call ourselves the Gasping Geezers because we're a bunch of old guys who go out and beat ourselves up in the woods with my trusty mountain bike. I don't know, you think if this is worth it? I'll let you know. I'm the king of bad ideas. I had to go pick my daughter up last night from a friend's house when this stuff was starting, and I wasn't sure I was going to get home. I was all over the road. It's a good thing I'm an experienced winter driver. I honestly wasn't sure I was going to make it. I got halfway there to her friend's house, and I thought, oh, God, should I turn around? Or, you know that feeling? It's like, I should go, but if I turn around and get the truck, I might never make it back. Or so I just soldiered on, and I was all over the roads. It was like craziness. All right, well, I'm going to put on my warm biking shoes and go wake up my four-wheel drive truck, and I'll bring you along. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're going for it. Got my camera rigged onto the handlebar of my bicycle. I should be rigging up the GoPro, but I just don't feel like learning that thing today. So I'm going to take you guys to the trailhead, and then I'll take you to the truck first, and we'll see where it goes from there. You know, even though I hate snow, I always kind of get a kick out of it when it comes down. As long as it doesn't stay. This is supposed to melt off. See, this is how far I got in my car last night. I was just glad to make it home. Wow, this is going to be a trick. Hey, truckie! I specialize in bad ideas. Should we get the truck going first? I think so. I have the keys? Yes, I do. Now we get to see will the big guy start? I think he will.
Twitter and that Claudia is providing us.
You ready, buddy? Damn. You know you're living right when your car starts on a snowy morning. All right, here we go, kids. Don't try this at home. So high on the hood you can barely see over it, but man, my hands are too cold. All I can do to get them. Gosh, I can't believe I did this last night in my cop car. Snow driving is one of those things, either you like it or you don't. I love snow driving. You know, and it's been 10 years since I was a regular drunk driver. But I gotta tell you, getting a case or two of beer and all your friends in a four-wheel drive car or truck, driving like a nut in the snow, that's one of life's great pleasures. Wow. So far nobody's stuck off the road yet. I see a lot of people parked on the road because they don't want to deal with their driveways. Well, we made it to our destination. None of the geezers have shown up yet. I might just end up going for a very short bike ride just to say that I did it. You can hear the dinging in the background. They all text each other, and we'll see who actually makes it out and who doesn't. I couldn't blame anybody for not doing it. I certainly was planning on not coming out, but you know, then I kept thinking to myself, you know, how many chances do you get to ride in the snow when you live in Vashon? When I lived in Vermont many, many years ago, 30 years ago, I had a chance to do some mountain bike riding in the snow, and it sucked. Riding in the snow is, you know, it's something you can say you did, but it's nothing. I don't know. I think the key in snow is to ski. So, but I have to come out and do it. Give it a try. Ever since I was a kid, I've never been able to dress properly for cold weather. I mean, I give it my best shot sometimes, but mostly I just dress like I'm waiting for it to be over. Maybe it's because I spent a lot of my life in Florida. I lived there from the time I was 8 to the time I was 17. And, you know, it never gets very cold there, not for very long. Well, it's Sunday morning, and it just barely, well, you can kind of see it's starting to rain. And this is where it really gets nice. All this snow will soon turn into a giant Slurpee. And whatever kinds of footwear you have that aren't already completely wet and cold will be completely wet and cold as soon as you have to go anywhere. To walk through, I'm going to say 10 or 12 inches of slush. It's nice having that big truck that drives anywhere you want to go in this weather. I've had an assortment of very inappropriate vehicles for the snow. You know, World War II Jeeps or Mercedes Unimogs or, you know, crazy farm implements and won't go more than 20 miles an hour, but they'll drive up a wall. That's, if you need to get somewhere in the snow, those are, especially in the woods, those are the ones you want. So I can say it again. I'll say it over and over again. Not a big fan of winter. Not a winter wonderland kind of guy. I don't ski really ever. I've never been a downhill skier. When I lived in Vermont all those years ago, that was the cross-country ski capital of the planet. Like, all the Olympic cross-country skiers all came from there, and there were groomed trails everywhere. And you know, I didn't have a car. I borrowed cars and stuff. So it was a nice way to get around. You just jump on a set of cross-country skis that you bought at a garage sale for $5 and bomb through the woods and go to your friend's house. And you know, we would all be drunk all the time, and so we all had an assortment of bruises and scrapes and stuff from falling down, because you know, cross-country skis they're still skis, and so you're prone to fall down. Being the owner of a yard full of crap, I have to say I have a mild appreciation for snow's ability to just kind of hide the ugly, crappy edges of unattractive projects. Never been a big fan of that Jeep thing going on over there. It looks pretty good with 12 inches of snow on it, though, comparatively speaking. My buddy Ruben has been after me to put a wood stove in my shop for 15 years, and because of the pandemic, I had time. So last week, he brought me over this wood stove and I installed it. All I had to do was clear up. You know, this area here it used to be about twice as big. So I had to clean up anyways. It was a good project. So now we've got some new semi-neat space opened up next to the sink. And I got a wood stove. Thanks, Ruben. Well, now it's Monday. And it's in the mid 50s. Well, no, mid 40s. Well above freezing. So you can see it's not making the dog that happy. It's pretty sloppy and slushy. Took a walk around, took a look at the yard. Even though it's all kind of thawing out, it's definitely slippery. The road's just wet and clear. And so I was driving around on that in two-wheel drive earlier today, and I came back in the driveway and promptly got stuck. I had to jump out and lock up. Got the last of the Mohicans locking hubs. Everybody else has a push button for lily livers. Look at this, isn't this beautiful? This is a dirt slurpee here. My son and his buddies have been driving around all weekend, getting stuck and unstuck and having a good time. It's a good way to learn how to drive in the snow. It's a skill everyone should have. This front wheel drive isn't bad. You know, I can't really complain too much because even though I don't really like the snow, it looks like I need an icebreaker to get through my yard. At the time that I'm filming this, the poor people of Texas who never see snow. It's frozen and snowing, and I mean, I'm just trying to imagine, you know, you think that people here are bad at driving around in the snow. I can't even, what must it be like to be in Texas? The only advantage I can think is that every time I've been to Texas, it seems like every person down there has a 4x pickup truck. So at least they'll have a good vehicle for the snow. If any of them know how to drive in the snow. Ooh, and here's the trailer. Gotta come in here once in a while just to remind myself. Here's the worst vehicle in the world for the snow. In so many ways. Not the least of which is it doesn't have an engine in it. The engine's being built as we speak. Can't wait to get back behind the wheel of a race car. It's been too long. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week. Enough complaining about weather. Next week I'm going to try and come up with some more drag racing stuff for you. Take her easy. Keep the rubber side down. Keep your feet warm. Stay dry.